I'm Chef Phil Crispo from the Culinary Institute of America, and today we're going to make gingerbread spiced sweet potato plantain mash. Some of you may or may not have used this plantain before, but this is the plantain here. This one is slightly underripe. Plantains are pretty much the same family as bananas, but we treat them differently and we eat them differently. The plantain is a high starch content. It's almost kind of like a potato you could think of. So using plantains, sweet potatoes, and some regular potatoes, we're going to make a great dish to use as a side dish. We're going to place it on a rack with the other vegetables, just like this. So we have a sweet potato, we have a russet potato. We don't want to put them straight onto the tray because that would end up probably getting a bit brown, and you don't want that. So this is going in the oven at 350 degrees. Probably going to be somewhere between 35 to 40 minutes, but that depends on the size of the vegetable that you're cooking. We remove the vegetables from the oven. We have to determine their doneness to make sure they're done. I'm going to pop on these gloves for a couple of reasons. One, obviously I don't want to touch the food, but also if they're a wee bit cozy, I don't want to burn my hand. As you can see, the plantain, deep color, deep brown, but you can see it's wrinkled. The skin is removing itself or coming away from the flesh. And look at that beautiful dark roasting inside there. That's really flavor development. And this is one of the great things about Latin American cuisine, is that a lot of the dry roasting that they do of chilies and vegetables, and it really makes for a great flavor base. How do we remove the skin? Watch what I do here. I remove the skin from the plantain. It's a little leathery, but as you can see, it comes off quite easily. I'm gonna take my hand. You can use a plastic spatula or scraper, but this is great. This is just a wire rack that you might use for cooling baked goods, and just push it through like that, and it breaks up. Quite a common technique used in Latin America. You're going to see a lot of crushing and a lot of pureeing and blending. The Culinary Institute of America in San Antonio offers a program where you can immerse yourself in the whole region of Latin America with all different flavors and techniques from some great experts, and it really gives you a great introduction of what Latin American cuisine is all about. It's a lot more than Tex-Mex. Even after it's been roasted, there's a little bit of effort just to push it through there. So we see the difference between this and a regular banana. So with that through, I'm going to take my sweet potatoes. You can see it's the same idea. The skin has come away from the flesh. All I have to do here is cut it in half. I can just push this straight down. Beautiful color. The smell of this is amazing. And then last but not least, the humble potato, our russet potato. We're just going to cut this again in half and then push it through the same technique. Look at that. I'm just going to carefully turn this over and just scrape the base here. We're going to use a standing mixer and also we're going to use the paddle attachment to help mix this a little bit easier for us. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the bowl now. I'm going to spice it up a little bit. So we're going to start off with a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1/8 teaspoon of allspice, ground cloves, and this wonderful nutmeg here. So before I start turning this on, I want to make sure that my potato dish and my plantain dish is warm, or as hot as possible. So I'm going to take my cream, and I want to warm this slightly so that I don't cool the potato mixture down too much. And I put my milk in also. So I'm going to allow this to heat up now. So I'm going to add a little bit of the milk and cream first. I'm not going to add it all because I want to make sure I have some in reserve. I'm going to put in a couple of pieces of butter. The butter is room temperature, so it might mix in a little bit easier. So I'm going to mix this up, and you want this to be mixed almost like creamy mashed potatoes. Very light, but it has that nice spice to it. So we mix this for 2 minutes on medium speed. We're going to take this off the machine now, and then I'm going to mix this again, clean down the side of the bowl. Plantains deliver a great flavor and a great mouthfeel. So let's go ahead and give this a final taste. I've added a little seasoning. It's great balance of spice and richness. The butter and the cream just make it a little bit more decadent. But what a great idea for a twist on maybe just say a regular sweet potato dish for the holidays. I'm going to take this out, and carefully I'm just going to pop it into the dish. I can imagine this served on with a roast turkey or any item like that. Even fish this would be great with. And there we go, ready to go. Gingerbread spiced sweet potato plantain mash. It's good stuff. For more information about the Culinary Institute of America's educational programs and food enthusiast classes, please visit ciachef.edu. And for more recipes and videos, please visit our recipe blog at ciaculinaryintelligence.com.